And we're out here in Provo getting a head start on Veterans Day. We're highlighting one local veteran's famous thriving physical therapy business. We'll show off some of the cool gadgets he has here to help his customers when we come back.
Or two.
Well, as we lead up to Veterans Day, we're focusing in on those who, of course, have served our country.
Yeah, today we are meeting Army veteran Rogan Taylor. He's putting the skills he learned in the Army to good use for the people of Utah. News specialist Janae Anderson live this morning at his Physical Therapy and Balance Center in Provo. Janae, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Yeah, Rogan served for about 6 years in the Army and then established his business here in Provo back in 1987. Has multiple locations now. This is Rogan himself. Thanks for joining us. Okay, why was this so important for you to base this here in Provo?
Well, I grew up in Utah Valley in Orem, and so this was just a great location, central to Utah Valley.
Now, you offer physical therapy services here, but you also specialize in balance as well, which is, you have all these cool gadgets. So talk me through this really cool machine that you have here. What is this?
So this is a balance and testing machine called a CDP.
Okay.
Computerized dynamic posturography.
Okay.
And there's just a lot of things we can do on this.
And now this is good for people who've had like traumatic brain injuries or concussions or things like that, correct?
Yeah. So we try to distort the visual field so that they can rely on their vestibular system.
And that's me when I'm balancing and shifting my weight. I'm moving the star, correct?
Yeah. And we can change like the amount of things on the shelves.
Okay.
So we can add
or take away.
Add or take away.
And then we've got these obstacles that are coming up here, which I guess as you see more things in your peripherals, it can be tricky for somebody with those traumatic brain injuries to navigate.
Right.
So then you just are moving it left and right.
You have to shift back and forth, and you learn to trust your vestibular system.
Okay.
All the while having this visual field distortion. So
awesome.
Yes.
Now you guys have multiple locations. If people want to reach out and find you guys, how can they do that?
Look up phyzicalutah.com.
Okay.
And they can find. I own 5 different locations. There are 10 different physicals in the state. All of them do balance.
Awesome. Okay, guys, make sure to check them out and give them a call if you're struggling with any of these things, especially balance. Send it back to you.
Wow. Modern technology to help in the healing process. That's incredible, Janae.
And since tomorrow is Veterans Day, we're highlighting a local veteran here in Provo. We'll show off his physical therapy business as well as play with some of the cool gadgets he has to help his customers with their balance. Stay with us.
Good stuff. Home Alone. Today, or I should say tomorrow, we're looking at is Veterans Day. It's never too early to put the spotlight on those who serve our country. And
not only to thank them as well, KSL Janae Anderson is talking with one veteran who used his skills from the military to open up a physical therapy franchise right here in Utah.
That's right. Rogan Taylor served in the Army for 6 years and then established his business here in Provo back in 1987. Now has multiple locations. This is Rogan himself. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so what kind of services do you guys offer to your customers or your patients?
We offer all general orthopedic physical therapy from TMJ to the feet, everything in between. We treat babies, we treat old people, everything in between.
One thing that's cool that you guys offer that not a lot of people do or specialize in is balance issues, vertigo, dizziness, things like that. And you have all these cool gadgets that we've been playing with all morning. Yep. So tell me a little bit about this one here that you have.
So this is one that has multiple parameters, so we can select it, make it harder or easier for people.
Okay.
It's partly visual distortion, it's partly hand-eye coordination, it's partly balance.
Okay, so I'm going to step on this, and what does this do? Just kind of throws off my balance a little bit?
So this makes you rely on your vestibular system a little bit more.
Okay.
Yep. So if we launch this, so touch the A.
Okay.
So this is a hand-eye coordination. Now you're going to touch the A, find the B.
Okay, and you can speed it up as it's going. Yeah. And so as this is spinning, it is kind of throwing and playing with my, like messing with my mind a little bit as I'm trying to, you know, zone in on these.
So this is cognitive, hand-eye coordination, it's balance. And so it's just a great training device.
I can't even remember, and it's also memory, right? Because I can't even remember which one. Oh, there they go. I was like, I think the D or is E after. This really is kind of throwing me off a little bit. Okay, so where are your locations if people want to find you guys?
Orem, Provo, Lehigh, Midvale, and Ogden.
So all over the place, and how can people do that if they want to reach out?
Go to physicalutah.com. You can look up the closest location and call in and make an appointment.
Okay, I'm blaming it on that I'm trying to talk and find letters at the same time, but guys, I'm going to finish this up. Hopefully I can get the alphabet right. I'll send it back to you.
All right.
And we're out here in Provo getting a head start on Veterans Day by highlighting one local veteran's story. We'll share his physical therapy business as well as play with some of the cool gadgets he has to help his patients. Stay with us.
Enjoy. And as we lead up to Veterans Day, we're focusing in on those who have served our country.
Yeah, today we meet Army veteran Rogan Taylor. He's putting the skills that he learned in the Army to good use, helping people in Utah. News specialist Janae Anderson live this morning at his Physical Therapy and Balance Center in Provo. What a facility, Janae.
Yeah, seriously, what a facility. They have so many cool gadgets here that I've never seen before. This is Rogan Taylor himself, served in the Army for 6 years and has now established his business back in 1987. You were telling me you established here in Provo.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
you have multiple locations all over Utah. Kate, one of the cool things that you guys offer here, like that most physical therapy centers don't specialize in, is balance. So tell me a little bit about that.
Balance and fall prevention. So a lot of people, either with head injury, concussion, or as you get old, your vestibular system gets weaker. And so we strengthen the vestibular system.
Okay.
And there's a lot of different ways we can do it by distorting the visual field.
And so we've been playing with simulators. We've been playing with your balance machine over there earlier. Tell me a little bit about this one. What is this?
This is a strengthening machine.
Okay.
It just timed out.
Okay. So what you do is you plug in your information, and then you essentially, I'm going to post this in. I'm not going to actually set it right. And then what do you do? What does it do?
So you pull on different things, but the floor rotates. And so while the floor is rotating, your whole core has to hold a position and strength.
Okay.
And so the little muscles of your spine are working, and it's just a great strengthening.
And it kind of feels like you're kind of on a cruise ship as it's like rotating around, and then you're actually trying to, hold it in place.
Exactly.
And so I feel like it helped with my core too as I was trying to figure out how to balance on it. Okay, so if people want to find you guys, what do they need to do?
Go to physicalutah.com.
Okay.
FYZICAL.
Okay.
Physicalutah.com.
And you have multiple locations. Where are some of your locations?
We're in Orem, Provo, Lehigh, Midvale, and Ogden.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your service. Thanks for showing us around your place. Guys, if you're struggling with any of these issues, physical therapy or balance issues, make sure to give them a call. Send it back to you.